Mt Rushmore National Memorial is a massive sculpture carved into Mt Rushmore in the Black Hills region of South Dakota. Completed in 1941 under the direction of Goodson Burgum and his son Lincoln. The sculpture is roughly 60 feet. Granite faces depict U.S. Presidents George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, Theodore Roosevelt, and Abraham Lincoln. The site also features a museum with interactive exhibits. The intention of creating a site to lure tourists, representing not only the wild grandeur of its local geography, but also the triumph of modern civilization over that geography through anthropomorphic representation. For the latest occupants of the land, the Lakota Sioux and other tribes, the monument has come to epitomize the loss of their sacred lands and the injustices they've suffered under the U.S. government. The U.S. government promised the Sioux territory, including the entirety of the Black Hills, in the Treaty of 1868 that lasted only until the discovery of gold on the land, and soon after white settlers migrated to the area in the 1870s. The federal government then forced the Sioux to relinquish the Black Hills portion of their reservation. The battle that took place in 1890 between the U.S. Army and the Native Americans is known as the Wounded Knee Massacre, where hundreds of unarmed Sioux women, children, and men were shot and killed by U.S. troops, as summarized regarding historian D. Brown's account of the event. The 4 presidential faces were carved into the granite with the intention of symbolizing an accomplishment born, planned, and created in minds and by the hands of Americans for the Americans. The Crazy Horse Memorial is a mountain monument under construction on privately held land in the Black Hills in Custer County, South Dakota, United States. It will depict of Oglala Lakota warrior Crazy Horse riding a horse on a pointing on his tribal land. The memorial was commissioned by Henry Standing Bear, a Lakota elder, to be sculptured by Korczak Ziolkowski. It is operated by Crazy Horse Memorial Foundation, a non-profit organization. The memorial master plan includes the mountain carving monument, an Indian Museum of North America, and a Native American cultural center. The monument is being carved out of a Thunderhead mountain on a land considered sacred by some Oglala Lakota. Between the Custer and Hill City, roughly 17 miles from Mt Rushmore, the sculpture's final dimensions are planned to be 641 feet long and 563 feet high. The arm of Crazy Horse will be 263 feet long and the head 87 feet high. By comparison, the heads of the U.S. presidents at Mt Rushmore are each 60 feet high. The monument has been in progress since 1948 and is far from completion. If completed as designed, it will become the world's second tallest statue, after the Statue of Unity. Wind Cave National Park is an American national park located 10 miles north of town of Hot Springs in western South Dakota. Established in 1903 by President Theodore Roosevelt, it was the 7th national park and the first cave to be designated as a national park anywhere in the world. The cave is notable for its stalactite formations known as boxwork, as well as its frostwork. Approximately 95% of the world's discovered boxwork formations are found in Wind Cave. The cave is recognized as densest cave system in the world, with the greatest passage volume per cubic mile. Wind Cave is one of the longest caves in the world, with 149 miles of explored cave passageways as of 2018. Above the ground, the park includes the largest remaining natural mixed grass prairie in the United States. A rusted chain link gate leads to the dark, misty tunnel. The sound of the rushing water surrounds and echoes off the dripping walls. The deeper you go, the darker and louder it gets, until the pathway ends at the spectacular 30-feet waterfall. Over 30 years ago, miners began excavating the 600-feet-long tunnel by hand, following a quartz vein deep into the mountain. Some say that the miners discovered the falls while drilling, but the more colorful tale says that the miners created the falls when they accidentally blasted a hole in the river of Rapid Creek, which follows above the mine. Either way, the constant presence of surprise, water pouring out of the hole and into the trench, made the mine a very difficult work environment. All along the underground trail are signs pointing to the evidence of drilling work and other interesting facts about the mine itself, which actually never managed to produce any gold. While sadly it turned out to be a bust during the mining boom, Vera Eklund, who purchased the mine in 1943 after spotting water pouring out of the mountain during a train ride, turned it into a cache of another color by transforming it into a tourist stop. Thunderhead is the oldest mine open to the public in the Black Hills area. The Reptile Garden is an animal park located south of Rapid City, South Dakota, on the road to Mt Rushmore National Memorial. A Reptile Garden was cited in 2014 Guinness Book of World Records for being the world's largest reptile zoo. This family-oriented South Dakota attraction was founded by 21-year-old reptile enthusiast Earl Brooksby and officially opened on June 3, 1937. Intrigued by the fear and interest people expressed when faced with the snake,